Hi guys, today I want to talk about an easy and effective way of how you can get a new job. Perhaps you are someone who has just graduated from college or university, or you're in between jobs, or perhaps you want to change careers and are looking for a new job. In any case, finding a new job can be a process that can seem to take forever. Perhaps you've already sent out so many applications but you haven't heard back and you're starting to get frustrated and you're thinking whether or not there is some other way how you can get a job faster. One method that many people often oversee in their process of job hunting is making use of their connections and their network. Many people feel kind of hesitant and reluctant to ask their contacts and their networks for a job because perhaps they feel that it feels slimy, it feels like not right, and I can totally understand if you are one of the people who feel that way, because I myself used to be that way too. When I was still studying in Germany at that time and I was about to graduate, I was looking for a part-time job, a kind of an internship, and my goal was that I wanted to try to get a job at the software company SAP. You might be familiar with that one. So I did what most people would do. I put together an application package consisting of cover letter, resume, work reference letters, and so on, and sent it to the company. And luckily I did hear back and I managed to get a part-time job for I think several weeks or about 2 months during the summer at SAP. And because I had work experience there and did a good job, after graduation, I also managed to get a job there. But actually at that time, I had access to a connection that was very valuable, but that I didn't make use of at all. By the way, in case you're new to this channel, I make videos on multiple careers and career change. And one of my goals of setting up this channel is because I want to try to help other people to shape the kind of career that might not be a traditional kind of career, but that is most suitable for your life and that you really want. And currently I upload 2 videos each week related to career change and multiple careers that you don't want to miss out on. If you think that this is something you're interested in, then you might want to hit the subscribe button. And also please don't forget to hit the little alarm bell, because if you don't hit the alarm bell, then YouTube will not notify you of my new videos. At that time in Germany, I was renting the basement apartment in a house that was managed by an elderly lady, my landlord, who was the mother-in-law of one of the founders of SAP. I won't mention his name here because that is irrelevant, but the point is that after she heard that I worked at SAP, she told me, why didn't I tell her? Because then she would have introduced me to her son-in-law and I could have had a chance to meet him and talk about it. It wouldn't have meant necessarily that he would then offer me a job on the spot. I mean, I would still have to submit my resume and I would have to qualify for the position, but that was a very valuable opportunity. I mean, if I at least introduced myself to him and had the chance to talk and chat with him, I would get to know a bit more about the opportunities that exists in the company for students at that time like me. But that was simply something that at that time I didn't think of making use of, because I was someone who was used to following the process. And perhaps to you listening right now, you might be one of these people who stick to the standard process. So when you're looking for a job, you go online, you look for the job openings, perhaps on monster.com, Indeed, and other sites, and then you go through the normal application process. You apply, you submit your cover letter, your resume, and you wait and hope that someone contacts you. And in many cases, it works. As for myself, I got my first job in banking by applying directly to the company myself. So not through connections, but I simply went to the website, I prepared all my documents, and I emailed my application package to the HR email that was listed on the website. And after only 2 weeks, I heard back from them. I went to the interview assessment center and went through the whole process, and in the end they accepted me, and it worked out well. And that was also the case for many other jobs that I got. But now come to think of it, there were many opportunities and many connections that I had that I didn't make use of at all. But at that time, and even until recently, I felt a bit stubborn about it. I had this inner kind of reluctance and hesitance to just go up to one of my contacts and tell them that I was looking for a job and ask them for help. By the way, in case you're liking this video so far, then please give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. But lately, my view on this has really changed. I believe that you would really be missing out on a lot if you do not make use of your connections and your networks. And the reason is this: you might think that all the jobs are neatly listed out there online and that it is accessible by everyone. But unfortunately, that is not the case. You might have heard that there is something like the open general job market, and then there's something called the hidden job market. That means that there are a lot of positions out there in companies that are not listed openly. Of course, most of the positions will be listed online, and that is because the company themselves have an interest to put themselves out there so that they can get the best candidate to apply. But putting up all those job advertisements is a process in itself, and sometimes it takes the company a while till they get everything up. But in the meantime, there is a position that needs to be filled in the company, and it might only be known internally to the people who are working within the company or even within that department. And this means that by talking to your connections and your network, you might be able to get very valuable information about available positions that you might be recommended for. Another thing is that if you find out from your connections about an open job position for which you qualify, of course, then chances are very high that your application will get considered. The thing is that HR managers who are hiring in the companies, they get so many applications on a daily basis, and it's quite some work to sort through all those applications. So by applying through a job through your connection, chances are that your application package will go right on top of the stack of applications that are going to get reviewed. Of course, this doesn't mean that you will get the job for sure. You will still need to qualify for it. You will still need to be interviewed for the position. But in any case, you have a leg up compared to other candidates. So let me tell you a bit about my personal hesitations of going through my connections to get a job or a business opportunity. I used to ask myself, am I not like being a bit unfair or cutting corners by going through my connections? That's the way I used to think. And you might be someone who deep down inside has these kinds of thoughts, and therefore you were reluctant to go through your connections. I would now say that using your connections to getting to a job or a business opportunity is no problem, as long as you are actually skilled and qualified for that job. The only way that it could be a problem or unfair is that if you get a job for which you are actually not qualified or don't have the skills at all, and you only got that job because of your connections and your relationship and nothing else, that would be a problem, because sooner or later that will show in your work and people will find out that the only reason that you got the job is because of that relationship. But if you are actually qualified for the job, then I don't think that you should have any concerns about it, because you are not the only one who will be benefiting from this, but also the company and the person hiring you. Hiring is a very difficult process. I experienced it myself when I was leading a team and I was hiring people. I found it really difficult to sort through all the applications and find a suitable candidate. To me, it seems that when hiring managers are hiring new employees, they are looking for different things, and among those are of course your skills and your experiences, your capabilities. But one thing that people often forget is the trust factor. People need to be able to trust you. They have to know that you are reliable, that you are going to show up, and that you are a person that is easy to work with. Especially if you have to collaborate with other people and work in a team, then it's really important that you are someone who is easy to work with. But that trait is not something that people can easily find out from a job application or even an interview. In an interview, certainly a candidate can say that, yeah, I'm a team player, I'm good at collaboration, I'm easy to work with, but who knows how this person really is. So if you find out about a job through your connections and you apply for that job through that route, you have a leg up, because you will already have this kind of stamp of approval from the person referring you. If this connection who is recommending you from the job has known you for a long time and they've worked with you, they know that you are reliable and that you are skilled, that you are easy to work with, that will really be a reassurance for the hiring manager. If you're looking for any kind of job, then this method of applying through your connections and network is, I would say, almost foolproof. I would say that you can almost certain get a job fast this way. But of course, if you are looking for a very specific job, then this might not always work. But nevertheless, I would really recommend you to try this, because what you can do is that you not only contact your first degree connections, but especially your second degree connections. And this is what I mean. You approach your first degree connections, meaning the people that you know directly, personally, whom you worked with, and you let them know that you are on a job search and that you're looking for a job with criteria A, B, C, D. Knowing this, with this information, if they meet their colleagues or acquaintances and they hear about a job that they think might be suitable for you, they will have you in their mind already, and then they will let you know that, hey, I just talked to so-and-so and they said that this kind of job is available. Would you be interested? If you are, then I could introduce you to this person, or I could refer you. By the way, are you trying, or have you managed to get a job from your first degree connection or second degree connection? Please let me know in the comments below. And in fact, getting jobs through second degree connections is even more effective. But this topic about second degree connections is a topic for another day. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and that this will be useful for your future job hunt. I wish you all the best, and again, I thank you so much for watching, especially to those of you who stuck with me to the very end. I wish you an awesome day, all the best, and I hope to see you again soon.